All right, well, on September 30th, the Ronald McDonald House, New York, will honor Lynn Martin, the 68th president of the New York Stock Exchange, at its annual gala for her steadfast dedication to supporting women's health and wellness. Now, this past Sunday, Ronald McDonald House, New York, teamed up with NYSE-listed RBC to celebrate National Children's Day. Bobby Grubert, Chair Emeritus of Ronald McDonald House, New York, and Head of Digital Services at RBC Capital Markets, had more to share. Let's take a listen.
RBC is working with Ronald McDonald House in meaningful and measurable ways. And if we think about, kind of when we really deepened our connection with Ronald McDonald House was the financial crisis, where Jimmy Jacobson and the legendary Grubert, legendary for goal scoring, but legendary for his generosity of spirit and care for the community and dedication to the children and families, asked RBC to really step in and help out in a time of need. And when we think about meaningfulness, it's over 200 RBCers going up to the house every other week and serving dinner to the children, creating a real connection with the children and families. Whether it's playing bingo, whether it's a theme night, cupcake design, cookie creation, but uplifting the spirits of children that are going through a real battle, a healthcare journey battle. And when we think about measurable, when we step back, RBC is, we're investing $2 billion in our communities over the next decade in Canada and the US. And we bring it down to a cornerstone investment with Ronald McDonald House, $1.05 million grant to help support the health equity data center of Ronald McDonald House. And we think about measurability.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is your personal connection to Ronald McDonald House, New York?
I was connected from day one when I went up for the tour of the house and connected with the children, and it goes back to beyond financial commitment. RBC encourages us to be in the community with the families, with the children, and that connection then led to being asked to join the board and then be chair of the board. It was a very privileged position, really to make as much impact with the children and families as we can.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think our viewers should take away from National Children's Day that was marked over the weekend?
It's really easy to make a difference. It is really easy to make a difference, to volunteer, to go up and serve dinner, to get involved in little ways. Just bringing a smile to a child who's battling makes all the difference in the world, but please to get involved.
Mm-hmm. I want to hear more about the impact of support that you have seen over time that RBC has had on Ronald McDonald House and that Ronald McDonald House New York has had on the families involved.
Yes. It's a beautiful alignment of mission where Ronald McDonald House, powered by purpose, and RBC, helping our clients thrive and communities prosper. If we go back to the Health Equity Data Center, we're supporting 35,000 different services for 15,000 medically complex children and families. And in accelerating this, and very important for us to take our communities along for the AI and digital innovation journey. And in doing that, you're accelerating reaching a goal of supporting more children and families, 30% more every year. So you're talking about thousands of more children and families we can reach to really give that support, whether it's music therapy or art classes or educational tutoring. Transportation is huge. Last year, we delivered 89,000 meals to families in need. It's really rewarding, and RBC really supports us in doing that.
Other companies that are watching this interview and they might think, I want to get involved.
Yes.
What would you recommend to them?
Two ways. First, to skate with the greats. I mean, the hockey, they're legendary, and you know them well because we're here and you have us here. But Grubert started it, and Brian Leach and Gravy and Steph, and now we have the king, Henrik Lundqvist, the last 2 years.
Yep.
This event is the second largest fundraiser supporting Ronald McDonald House New York. And there's many greats, and the children go, and hundreds of people go each night, and get involved, get engaged there. That's a big, meaningful difference. And secondly, the real connection, volunteer to serve some dinners, bring your teams, experience that connection with the children and families firsthand.
I think many people love following Ronald McDonald House, New York, and the story, of course, that is created over the years, right? On an annual basis with the various different touch points. What are some of the things you are looking forward to this year?
This year we're honored to have Lynn Martin. I mean, what a leader. in terms of supporting women's health and wellness and at the gala. So really looking forward to that. Looking forward to continuing with this data center to really drive some results. And I'm really looking forward to getting up and serving dinner at the house with our teams and supporting the children.
What are some of the stories that you can share that you've experienced firsthand while at the house?
It was amazing because RBC has a reputation for putting on a good spread. So for St. Patrick's Day, you'll bring up some Irish food, and for Cinco de Mayo, you bring up different foods and Mexican foods. And so I showed up one night, and a young mom came over to me with her baby, and she said, well, I want to thank RBC. I'm Canadian. Thank RBC for all that you do and everything you do. And she said, this is my son, Aiden. And she went through what his challenge was. And my son is Aiden. And it was so like, I was thinking about Aiden, my Aiden, her Aiden, the experience. And it just, this is the why. This is why we do this, where you're actually having people feel normal for a night when you're battling treatment and you're coming back tired and exhausted from a tough day. These people have received devastating diagnoses. And there's a lot of hope and there's a ton of hope. But when you're there and you're away from your home and from where you're educated and your work, you know, that moment was it. And it was years ago. And I said, this is our why.